The Fair Labor Standards Act impacts virtually every workplace in America, determining who gets overtime pay and who doesn't. Understanding whether you're classified as exempt or non-exempt could mean thousands of dollars in your pocket each year. The FLSA is federal legislation that establishes minimum wage, overtime pay eligibility, record-keeping requirements, and youth employment standards. At its core, this law divides employees into two categories: exempt and non-exempt. Non-exempt employees are entitled to overtime pay at 1.5 times their regular rate for any hours worked beyond 40 in a work week. They also receive minimum wage protections. Exempt employees, however, don't qualify for these protections regardless of how many hours they work. To be classified as exempt, employees must pass 3 specific tests. First, the salary level test requires employees to earn at least $684 per week, which amounts to $35,568 annually. Second, the salary basis test requires that employees receive a guaranteed minimum amount of money each pay period, regardless of the quantity or quality of work performed. Finally, the duties test examines whether the employee's primary job responsibilities fall into one of the exempt categories. These exempt categories include executive, professional, and administrative roles. Executive exemptions apply to employees who regularly supervise at least 2 full-time employees and have management as their primary duty. They must also have genuine input into personnel decisions like hiring, firing, or promotions. Professional exemptions cover jobs requiring advanced knowledge in fields of science or learning, typically acquired through specialized education. This includes traditional learned professions like doctors, lawyers, teachers, and engineers, as well as creative professionals such as writers, musicians, and artists. Administrative exemptions apply to employees who perform office or non-manual work directly related to the management or general business operations of the employer. Their primary duties must involve the exercise of independent judgment on significant matters. This might include roles in human resources, accounting, marketing, or compliance. Highly compensated employees earning over $107,432 annually face a simplified exemption test. These individuals only need to perform one duty of an exempt executive, administrative, or professional employee to qualify for exemption. Misclassifying employees carries significant risks. Employers who incorrectly label non-exempt workers as exempt may face substantial penalties, including back pay for unpaid overtime, liquidated damages doubling those wages, and civil penalties from the Department of Labor. Class action lawsuits for misclassification can cost companies millions. Recent regulatory changes have updated salary thresholds and clarified rules around independent contractors. It's worth noting that many states have their own wage and hour laws that may provide greater protections than federal standards. In these cases, employers must comply with whichever law is more favorable to employees. Independent contractors fall outside FLSA protections entirely, but misclassifying employees as contractors can lead to severe penalties. The Department of Labor uses an economic realities test to determine proper classification, examining factors like control over work, opportunity for profit or loss, and the permanence of the relationship. Proper classification under the FLSA isn't just about legal compliance. It affects employee compensation, benefits, and workplace rights. Whether you're an employer or employee, understanding these distinctions helps ensure fair treatment and proper compensation in the workplace.